So I'll just go ahead and start this payload once more and see if we can go ahead, and as you can see, command shell 2 was opened, and I'll just go through and type sessions. We have the session 2, so I'll type I space 2. New session was opened since I ran that again, and I have the desktop access as well. But desktop access is not that important. We want the root access, that is the system32 access. So before I go ahead and gather the access to system32, I will first migrate this to the explorer that we have over here, that's explorer.exe, so that even if the person goes ahead and closes this payload.exe, our program will still continue to run unless this explorer is shut down or restarted. So I'll just go ahead and show you as to how we can go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and check the help and see what all things we have. So these are the things that we can go ahead and do, and just make sure, remember that in case if you want to migrate, you cannot do it through the command prompt, you need to do it through the meterpreter prompt. But the thing is that we are using the shell prompt of command and not the meterpreter, so you won't be able to do that in this virus. You will have to use the meterpreter. So command prompt is just a small thing. If you get access through a meterpreter, then you will be able to run the command prompt and everything just through meterpreter. But still, command prompt is useful in its own way, and it's not that heavy as meterpreter. That's the reason people use that. So I have all the commands that I can go ahead and use, as you can see over here. So we will be using some of these. Let's go ahead and as we have a desktop, let's create some text files. So let me check what is let's go ahead and create a directory with the name of Mr. Smart. Okay, so a directory was created. Let's go ahead and check if our directory was created over here. Perfect, we have the Mr. Smart. And there is one more thing that I would like to teach you, is that now if the person goes in and tries to go ahead and shift delete it, it won't be able to delete, because the reason being that it is being run in the background. So if the person is smart enough, as I told you again, he will just download the application, he will double click it, he will run it, he will, if there's nothing happening in the background, he will try to delete it, but he will see that okay, I'm not able to delete it. That means it's still running. And if the person is smart enough, he will go ahead and right click on the task manager, and he will check the task manager, and he will see that this payload is still running. So he will right click and he will end the process tree over here, which you do not want. So the first thing that you would want to do is go ahead over here in Kali Linux, and as soon as you go ahead and get access to the computer, I'll just go ahead and copy it, and again that won't be able to do that over here since this is just a command prompt. I'll show you that in the meterpreter prompt, because that is a very vast thing. So in short, you can do anything that you want over here in the command prompt. As you see that I have created the folder Mr. Smart. If I wanted to delete that, I'll type rmdir Mr. Smart, and the folder should have been reboot. Perfect. If let's see if I can go ahead and gain access to, okay, ls is not operable, sorry, I thought I was in Linux. Let's check the command. I don't have much idea about the command for Windows. Let's go ahead and check what all options do we have over here. So chdir, let's check chdir. Okay, I'm in C, but I want to check all the directories, so let's check in this command prompt. Let's type prompt, it's in prompt, so it moves to directory. Okay, attribute and break chdir displays set of added name or changes constant batch. Let's check if we can go ahead and see all the files. dir, perfect, we have it, dir. Okay, so I can see all the files over here. Let's try to go into Windows if we could do that. Perfect. And again I'll type dir. Let's try to go to system 32. Perfect. So I believe we have the administrator access over here right now because we are already into system 32, and the administrator is the main, that is the test user. So anything that we want to do over here, we can do over here, and we don't need to go and hesitate into doing anything else. So let's go ahead and check what are the other commands. So you can do anything you want over here, recover anything, the readable file, create another file, create your own payload, and if you're smart enough you can just go ahead and gather all the access from this person's computer over here. So that is it for this tutorial, and if you want much more information you can just go ahead and see all of these things, and you need to learn all of these things as you can do each and everything if you know all the proper commands. And yes, there's not much to it. You can do all of these things that you can do in a normal Windows computer, but we only have the administrator access as of now, and what we want would be to go ahead and gain the system access, which is much more than the normal administrator. So but we won't be able to do that just by using a normal command prompt. We want meterpreter for that, and I would be teaching you that in the next tutorial. So that's it guys for this tutorial, and I'll be seeing you in the next tutorial.